Hello and welcome to the Loli live show. Today we're making our resin claws. So this is our model. I apologize for not fantastic lighting and video quality, but we're doing what we can. And here's little Minx. She's working on some wolfy eyes. Currently she's painting the mesh. And they go into this fursuit head. Would you like to model it for a moment? Quickly, before we make our claws. Yay! We've even got a mohawk.
Moving jaw too.
Yep. Looking good. Yes. Excellent. Alright, so we're using Easy Flow 60 liquid plastic, which we got from Biddy Mold Supply here in Dallas. And we've got 3 disposable shot glass cups so that I don't end up using our giant measuring cups and waste resin. So we've labeled it Part A for 1, and we've got our measuring. Then we've got Part B, and we have our mixing cup. We've cut just regular old coffee straws in half to do our mixing with. And here's the mold that we made last night of our claw. We also use Poly-Ease 2500 release agent as our mold release. So, also found at Biddy Mold Supply. Now, we're going to mix our cups. So, we'll move that over there. And we're going to pour Part B just up to the line. There we go. Part B. Now we're going to have Part A. This particular one hardens really fast once mixed. And is white, or a light creamy kind of color. There we go, Part A. Now we're going to move our model over here, and we can pour Part B into our mixing cup. Tissy, I'm going to ask you to hold our mixing cup in a moment. Okay, let's make sure we get all of Part B in there. Every last drop. Do it. Excellent. Okay, Part B's done. Now, if you will be so kind as to hold our mixing cup. Okay, so now we're going to add Part A. Pour in. And this is where you got to work fast. You got about 3 minutes before it starts to harden.
That's the pot life.
Sorry, that's the pot life. Give it a good stir. Make sure you get all the sides. You want to make sure that it is consistently mixed. Otherwise, you will get a very inconsistent mold. Alright, set that aside. Here we've got our mold. And you just gently pour it down the side. There we go. And actually, we've got, that'll make 2 claws.
Good to know. This is our first test, so good to know
Yes.
you only need to use half of what she just used.
And in our next run, we'll probably do color. And what I'll show you here is you'll be able to visually see it start to cure. So I'm trying to say, do we have an extra little mold that we can put this in so it doesn't dry on our mixing cup? We should.
Yeah.
If you end up with extra, just find a little plastic mold that you've got lying around, and that'll work. Grab me a straw. See here we've got some stars to go with. Yep, spritz a little mold, ease into that little one. Excellent. And we'll just pour that in there.
Ta-da. Perfect.
Beautiful. So that is great to know. 2 shot glass lines just to the plastic marker fills both our claw and the star. You can get these shot glasses for how much?
Like
$1?
$1 or $2 at a local.
Yeah, you can find them at typically any of your local grocery stores, and they're only about $2. So, I'm not sure if you can tell yet, but if you see down in there with the light hitting it, it's starting to turn white. It's trying to get better. There we go. Video quality. Oh, your nose is going to be purple.
Yeah, I'm adding the nose purple, so that brings in the purple and the mohawk.
She's working on her wolfy nose.
Multiple crafts in one video.
Yay! We typically just use the Americana acrylic paints. They're effective, they have high pigmentation, they paint well, don't crack easily, and she made her nose from Air Dry Model Magic.
Yes. A big
There you
bucket
go.
like this is only about $5.99 at Hobby Lobby, so
And weighs about 10 pounds.
It's definitely worth it. It's
Yes.
great. It's very hard. You can sand it. You can even make a mold out of it, so it's fantastic. Best $6 I ever spent.
Here we go, here we go. See how it's turning white? It is reacting and curing, and really doesn't take very long. So in about another minute or so, we'll be ready to pop these out. Let's see if I can show you the sides, perhaps. Yep, there it goes. Typically, the smaller the area is, the slower it dries.
The slower it dries.
Yeah.
You would think it would be the other way around.
But really, it's the oxygenated part that gets cured the fastest. See? Here's our little star. And if you touch it, once it's touchable and turns white or the color that you've got or have made it, you can tell that it's really warm.
The chemical reaction.
Yes. Now we've made our mold from, well, this is our destroyed mold box. But we found these at Tuesday Morning, these little plastic pop-up boxes. Yeah, you can find them at Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby sort of things. We lined it with a bit of corrugated plastic board and then sealed it off with a lot of hot glue. You could probably do a nicer job than we just did. but we were in a hurry. You typically want to leave your molds to cure overnight since they are a silicone as opposed to the resin that goes much faster, as you can clearly see. And these we got in a 6-pack for about
99 cents.
Yeah, 99 cents. But you want to make sure that it doesn't have any room to leak, which is why that you do the gluing, seal off all of its open areas. And it's easiest to do a test run, make sure that you've gotten all of the holes so that your resin doesn't leak out, or your mold, with just running water through it.
Cute,
that looks
right?
good.
Yeah. I like the purple nose.
Yeah, I do too. We had this scrap of purple and white and black craft fur that turned out to be perfect for a mohawk.
Show the fabric.
Oh.
we can cut this. Awesome.
Alright, so while we're waiting on our resin to dry, we got 2 big, lovely fabric hauls. We went to Golden Dior yesterday and picked out these beautiful fabrics. Here's our green, which is quite a bit lighter than what the video is wanting to show, but it's this perfect emerald green. And then we've got a very nice purple. Let's see if I can get it in the light well enough. Well, video's wanting it to look black, but it is a nice, bright, royal purple. And then in the other bag, we have...
Lovely, shiny pink.
Yes. Gotta improvise. Here we go. Our beautiful pink, which is a little more cotton candy than the video. And this is this gorgeous silver that almost has this lilac hue to it. And it is fabulous. So I will be making paws for our upcoming Furry Fiesta booth. If you are interested in getting fursuit objects from either of us, then come visit us at Furry Fiesta, which is in 3 weeks? 3 weeks. So let's check and see if our resin is done. It is. You got to make sure that you see that it's all the way to the point and completely dried. So we're going to now pop it out. And since we used mold release, it should slide out very easily, as it did. Da-na-na-na. We've got 1 claw. Now if you'll see, this is a little soft still up at the point, so you can shape it a tad if you got an air bubble in it like we did. There is, you can sand these, you can paint them, and we'll show in the next video how to color your resin. There we go. Now we've got that lovely point on it. And it actually takes on the texture of the original. See, I'll hold both of them up. We've got a black and a white. The original is made from black Sculpey. Ta-da! Now let's pop out our star. It's a little tough doing one-handed, but it's okay. And here we have our star, which is just some extra pieces. Then in the next 5 minutes they will become completely rock hard. This one's already working on it. And then this one, its tip will finish out. As I said, the smaller the area, the longer it takes for it to cure. But there you have it. Resin and mold making for claws 101. Thank you for visiting us on the Loli Live show, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Say bye.
Bye.